Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now that we've finished the wheel, the next thing is to go ahead and assemble the entire car. So we're going to go ahead and select New, Standard Assembly, and click Create. And inside here we're going to place, and remember the first thing that we place is going to be the most important piece, which for us is the passenger section assembly, the car body assembly. So to go ahead and do that, we're going to select it and click Open, and left click to drop it in place. We only need one of them, so we'll right click and select OK. From here, we want to make sure that we pin or ground that piece because it's the first one we placed in, and we're going to attach everything to it. Now we'll go ahead and place, and in between that and the next pieces, we're going to use the connector. So we'll select Open, and at the top and bottom, we're going to include the connector. One thing you'll notice about the connector is that I went ahead and put in some work planes on it. If you want to see how I did that, you can double click on one of them and you can put these same work planes into yours. All I did was I used the work plane feature up here, and I did a mid plane between two planes. And the planes that I used were this piece and this piece. Actually, I did that on the far side to that piece and that piece, and that put this one in. And for this one, I used that surface there and this surface here, and it dropped those work planes in. They're very important for being able to constrain it into place, and I recommend that you hide them after you're done using them to constrain your connectors in place. Additionally, I'm going to go ahead and want to put in the bed, which is going to go up top here. Right click OK. I'm going to want to go ahead and place in the front. Open and drop that in place. Right click OK. And I'm going to want to go ahead and place in some wheels. So we'll open, and we need 1, 2, 3, 4 wheels. Right click OK. And I can't think of anything else, so let's go ahead and start assembling it. So for the connector here, I'm going to go ahead and do a mate between the bottom of it and the bottom of the inside there, and apply. I'm going to go ahead and do a mate between the work plane I put in and the work plane there, apply. And I'll do one to the work plane here, and it's tricky to get onto that work plane. You actually usually have to get on the edge of it, like so. And actually doesn't look like I can see the surface that I want to put it to, so I'm going to escape out, and I'm just going to slide the connector to a place where I can see what I need to do, and we'll go ahead and do that work plane constraint, clicking on the edge, rotate around, and made it to this piece here, apply. And you'll notice that that connector is fully constrained in place. And so if I click on the connector, I can see which one it is up here. I can expand it here, and I can right click to uncheck visibility of the work plane. It's kind of ugly leaving it there, so let's get rid of it. Next, I'm going to want to go ahead and put the bed in place. So I'm going to use some flush constraints, and I want the sides to be flush with each other. I want the tops to be flush with each other. Apply, and I finally want to mate the insides. So I'm going to change it to a mate. I'm going to select the surfaces that kiss each other or touch each other and mate them together. Since I'm on the bed right now, we'll go ahead and do an insert of the wheel, and I want to have the circle on the part of the wheel that I want touching the axle. So I'm going to do it here to here and apply, and we can take a look to make sure that that's right, which it is. Very nice. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So that I'm going to insert to there, apply, and now we'll go ahead. Actually, you know what? Since we've done those and we're used to it, we'll go ahead and put them on the front as we continue right now. And zoom in a little bit so I can see it better. Okay, so all my wheels are done. I just have to get the connector in and both sides, and we'll be done. So I'm going to just go ahead and put this connector in here because it's easy to see right now. So I'll go ahead and constrain and mate the bottom of this to the inside bottom. Apply the surface here to, can I see it? I can. The surface there, apply, and finally the surface here to the surface here, apply. So I got the connector in, and again, because I don't like seeing the work planes, I'm going to right click and uncheck visibility of both of them. So to do that, I had to click the little arrow next to it in the browser, and I click on it so it highlights it in the browser and I know which one I'm doing. Click the arrow and right click on it, uncheck visibility. Right click, uncheck visibility. So that way the work plane disappears. Finally, we're going to constrain the front the same way. We did the bed, so I'm going to flush the sides. Even though it doesn't look like it did anything, it did. I'm going to flush the bottoms because they're flat surface and that's easier to do. Apply, and finally I'm going to mate these surfaces that should be touching each other together. Apply. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the assembly of your Automoblox car. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. And as always, make good choices. Thank you.